What if I told you there's a country where most families sleep on dirt floors, electricity is a rare luxury, and owning a bicycle is a status symbol? Welcome to Burundi, a place where a person lives on less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day. Did you know this landlocked nation has been ranked as the poorest country in the world for over 6 decades? Here, a hoe is the key to marriage, bananas are turned into beer, and most interestingly, women can carry just about anything on their heads. Stay with us as we reveal the astonishing realities of life in this small but extraordinary nation. You won't believe what you'll discover. A world where the concept of home is stripped down to just walls made from straw and natural materials, offering little protection from the elements. This is everyday life for most families in Burundi, where modern comforts are not just rare, but almost non-existent. In rural areas, homes are often humble huts that blur the line between shelter and survival. The idea of a bed is a luxury here. Many families, sometimes as large as 10 members, share the hard, cold floor as their only resting place after exhausting days in the fields. But the struggle doesn't end there. Nighttime brings a deeper kind of darkness, one that most of us can't even fathom. Fewer than 8% of households in Burundi have access to electricity. When the sun sets, life almost grinds to a halt. Shops and supermarkets shut their doors early, and the streets transform into an eerie emptiness. Imagine walking outside under a canopy of stars, the only light guiding your way. For millions of Burundians, this is not a poetic moment, it's a stark reminder of isolation and scarcity. Did you know that in Burundi, the average person lives on less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day? Before revealing the reason, don't forget to take 5 seconds to subscribe and turn on notifications. With all our hearts, we thank you for your support. We promise to deliver more quality content to you. Burundi's economy is one of the most fragile on the planet, with a GDP per capita of just $500 per year. This equates to roughly $1.20 a day, an amount that barely covers even the most basic needs. For many, survival itself is a daily challenge. Malnutrition affects an alarming 70% of the population, leaving entire families without access to nutritious food. Hunger is a constant companion, contributing to an average life expectancy of only 50 years. Burundi has held the unenviable title of the poorest country in the world for more than 6 decades, according to reports from organizations like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. Despite this, the resilience of its people shines through as they continue to fight for a better future, even in the face of overwhelming odds. It sounds like a joke, but in Burundi the bicycle is more than a means of transport, it's a symbol of wealth and status. While many people around the world take cars, buses, or trains for granted, most Burundians rely on their own 2 feet to get around. Owning a bicycle in this country is comparable to owning a luxury car, like a Mercedes-Benz in wealthier nations. For many men, having a bicycle isn't just practical, it's seen as a mark of prosperity, making them more desirable for marriage. Despite this cultural significance, bicycles remain out of reach for most households. A majority of Burundians walk long distances daily, often covering more than 10 kilometers to access markets, schools, or work. Public transportation is limited and rudimentary. The most common option is the pig cage, a vehicle without seats that costs about 10 cents per trip. However, it's so uncomfortable that many prefer walking over using it. Paved roads are rare, with dirt roads dominating most areas. During the rainy season, these roads turn into muddy, nearly impassable paths, making even basic travel an ordeal. Hey guys, would you walk 10 kilometers every day to get to work or school? What would life look like if something as simple as a bicycle could change everything? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What if the cost of marriage wasn't about lavish gifts, expensive cars, or sprawling homes, but something as simple as a hoe? In Burundi, the dowry system is vastly different from what you might expect elsewhere. Here, when a man marries a woman, the only traditional requirement is to give her a hoe. The hoe isn't just a tool, it's a cultural symbol of hard work and hope. It signifies that the couple will strive together to grow food and sustain their family. For families with better financial means, a man might offer a cow instead. However, cows are the most valuable asset in Burundi, worth more than most can afford. As a result, the humble hoe remains the dowry of choice for the majority. In Burundi, what women carry on their heads isn't just practical, it's mesmerizing. With perfect posture and effortless balance, they navigate winding mountain roads, often carrying objects that weigh up to 70% of their body weight. From water containers to concrete buckets, these loads are a daily part of life for many women. To protect their heads and ease the burden, Burundian women use a clever trick. They place a piece of fabric, shaped into a ring or ball, between their head and the object. This simple but ingenious tool reduces friction and helps them maintain balance, even on challenging terrain. Visitors are often astonished by the sight of women gracefully walking with 30-liter water jugs balanced on their heads. They stride uphill, sometimes singing, sometimes even dancing, as if their loads weigh nothing at all. This incredible strength and elegance have earned Burundi the nickname Land of a Million Smiles. One French traveler described it best: one moment they are singing, the next they are balancing a bucket of concrete as if it's second nature. She marveled at the women's poise and precision, calling it both a skill and an art. Do you find Burundian women attractive when they carry everything on their heads? Comment yes or no below. Have you ever wondered how some Burundian women flaunt long, beautifully braided hair, despite their natural hair being tightly curled and just a few centimeters long? For women in Burundi, hair is more than just appearance, it's an expression of identity and aspiration. While 100% of non-mixed African women have hair that is tightly curled and close to the scalp, many dream of long flowing styles. To achieve this look, they often use extensions or wigs, typically crafted from affordable materials like pre-braided nylon strands. For women working in offices or urban areas, hairstyling can consume up to a quarter of their monthly salary. It's a significant expense in a country where resources are already limited, but for many, the effort is worth it. When you think of beer, you likely imagine barley and hops, but in Burundi, the key ingredient is something far more surprising: bananas. Known locally as uruwara, banana beer is a testament to the resourcefulness of the Burundian people, transforming one of their most abundant crops into a cultural staple. Bananas are everywhere in Burundi, making them an essential part of life and economy. To brew banana beer, ripe bananas are peeled, mashed, and mixed with water. In rural areas, some communities still add grass during the fermentation process to speed things up. Within a few days, this simple mixture transforms into a cloudy, sweet, and slightly alcoholic beverage. It's far removed from the clear beers you might know, but its unique flavor and charm are celebrated across the country. Banana beer isn't just a drink, it's a centerpiece of Burundian culture. It's shared at festivals, weddings, and social gatherings, where it brings people together to laugh, sing, and dance. The drink plays a vital role in community bonding, symbolizing joy and unity. If you ever find yourself in Burundi's highlands, trying banana beer is a must. As you sip this one-of-a-kind beverage, you'll experience not just the taste but the essence of Burundian culture, a fusion of tradition, resourcefulness, and connection to the land. Bananas are more than just a fruit in Burundi, they are a lifeline. As one of the most widely cultivated crops, bananas play a vital role in the country's economy and daily life. From markets bustling in Bujumbura to remote rural areas, bananas are everywhere, meeting constant demand. Burundians consume bananas in various ways: fresh as a staple food, cooked in traditional meals, or fermented into the beloved banana beer, urara. This versatility makes bananas an indispensable part of both the diet and culture. They are not just food, they are a symbol of resilience and resourcefulness. For many families, the banana trade is a primary source of income. Farmers sell their harvests in local markets, using the profits to support their households. However, the journey from farm to market isn't easy. Burundi's limited infrastructure makes transportation a significant challenge. Most roads are unpaved, and during the rainy season they become nearly impassable. Farmers often transport bananas on bicycles, carrying hundreds of pounds over steep hills, a testament to their ingenuity and hard work. In Burundi, the drum is more than an instrument. It's the heartbeat of the nation, echoing centuries of tradition, power, and identity. For generations, these drums have been central to Burundian culture, played during ceremonies like royal celebrations and harvest festivals. Their deep, resonant sound reflects the strength and unity of the people. Traditionally, only men from specific lineages had the privilege to play the drums, which symbolized status and authority. This exclusivity highlighted their significance in Burundian society. In recognition of their cultural importance, UNESCO designated the drums of Burundi as a cultural and material heritage of humanity in 2014, ensuring their legacy endures. Today, the drums continue to inspire. At cultural events and international competitions, they're performed alongside the drum dance, a mesmerizing display of rhythm, energy, and precision. Groups of men beat large wooden drums in unison while moving in synchronized, vigorous patterns. Each performance is a celebration of community spirit and cultural pride, captivating audiences worldwide. Burundi's infrastructure is one of its greatest hurdles to progress, severely restricting trade, mobility, and daily life. It is one of the few countries in the world without a railway network, making the transportation of goods expensive and inefficient. With no trains, the country relies heavily on roads, but their condition often exacerbates the problem. Paved roads are a rarity, especially in rural areas. The majority of routes are dirt paths that transform into muddy, nearly impassable obstacles during the rainy season. This hampers the movement of goods, limits access to markets, and disrupts essential services, making life even harder for the people who already face significant challenges. Access to basic services is also alarmingly low. Only a small percentage of the population has regular access to electricity or running water, leaving most households reliant on alternative methods that are often costly and unreliable. For millions, these services remain an unattainable luxury. Burundi's progress in improving infrastructure has been slow, largely due to economic and political instability. The country relies heavily on external funding for development projects, but delays and lack of resources hinder advancement. However, there is hope on the horizon. Long-term plans, including the proposed construction of a railway line connecting Burundi with Tanzania and Rwanda, could open up new opportunities for regional trade and economic growth. While the challenges are immense, these efforts reflect a commitment to creating a better future for Burundi. The road ahead may be difficult, but with determination and support, transformation is possible. Burundi is one of the few countries in the world without a single railway line. This absence of rail infrastructure places an immense strain on the country's economy and daily life. Roads serve as the primary mode of transport, but many are poorly maintained, making movement slow and challenging. During the rainy season, dirt roads turn into muddy quagmires, further complicating travel and the transport of goods. Without railways, commuting and trading with neighboring countries like Tanzania and Rwanda become costly and inefficient. The higher transportation expenses drive up the prices of everyday necessities, adding to the economic burdens faced by Burundians. Despite these challenges, the people of Burundi have shown remarkable resilience and adaptability. Buses, motorbikes, and bicycles are the lifelines of the country, keeping its economy and society moving. Bicycles, often overloaded with goods, are a common sight on hilly rural roads, a testament to the creativity and determination of Burundians. Plans are in place to build a railway that would connect Burundi to Tanzania and Rwanda, promising to revolutionize trade and travel in the region. However, political and financial hurdles have delayed these projects, leaving the country waiting for transformative change. For visitors, Burundi's lack of modern infrastructure provides a raw and authentic experience. Traveling through its remote villages and breathtaking landscapes often means using crowded buses or hopping on motorbikes alongside locals. While it may not offer the comfort of developed nations, it gives travelers a first-hand look at the resilience and spirit of the Burundian people. Amid the challenges faced by Burundi, Lake Tanganyika stands as a beacon of natural beauty and cultural pride. Stretching across 4 countries, Burundi, Tanzania, Zambia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This massive freshwater lake is the second largest in the world by volume and the second deepest, trailing only Russia's Lake Baikal. Covering more than 12,000 square miles, Tanganyika is more than a picturesque landscape. it is a lifeline for the communities around it. The lake's waters are home to over 250 species of fish found nowhere else on Earth, making it a biodiversity hotspot and a critical source of food and income for local fishermen. Every day, small boats set out from the shores, casting nets in hopes of sustaining their families and supporting local markets. For researchers and conservationists, Lake Tanganyika is equally significant. Its unique ecosystem offers insights into freshwater biodiversity and environmental challenges such as overfishing and climate change. Efforts are underway to balance the lake's ecological preservation with the livelihoods of those who depend on it. Lake Tanganyika also draws visitors seeking a glimpse of its tranquil beauty and cultural vibrancy. The lake's shoreline is dotted with villages where women wash clothes in its waters and children splash and play. It's a place of life, work, and community, a reflection of Burundi's resilience. Burundi, nestled in Central Africa, is a landlocked nation bordered by Tanzania to the east and south, Rwanda to the north, and the Democratic Republic of Congo to the west. Despite covering an area of just over 10,000 square miles, making it smaller than Belgium, Burundi is home to more than 13 million people. This makes it one of the most densely populated countries in Africa. The country's landscape is stunningly diverse. Mountains dominate the western regions, transitioning to rolling green hills and deep valleys as you move inward. This rugged terrain is both a blessing and a challenge. While it contributes to Burundi's natural beauty, it complicates agriculture and infrastructure development, especially in rural areas. Being landlocked also limits Burundi's access to global trade, adding to its economic struggles. The absence of ports means the country relies heavily on neighboring nations for imports and exports, often increasing costs and reducing competitiveness. Yet, despite its size and challenges, Burundi is rich in culture and natural beauty, from its hills and valleys to its warm and resilient people. The geographical constraints are a significant hurdle, but they also shape the ingenuity and determination of the Burundian people. Nearly 90% of Burundi's population depends on agriculture for their livelihoods, but this reliance presents significant challenges. Many farmers engage in subsistence farming, often using traditional methods, and having limited access to modern tools or technologies. This has resulted in low productivity, making it difficult for families to grow enough food to meet their basic needs. The situation is further complicated by the impact of climate change, which has disrupted traditional farming patterns. Prolonged droughts are frequently followed by heavy rains, leading to flooding that damages crops and fields. These unpredictable weather conditions pose a serious threat to food security and strain the country's already delicate infrastructure, making it hard for farmers to bounce back. Burundi's landlocked location also adds hurdles to its economic development. Without direct access to the sea, trading goods becomes expensive and less efficient. While the country does export products like coffee and tea, these industries alone are not enough to lift many communities out of poverty. Burundi is unique in having two capitals, Gitega, the political capital, and Bujumbura, the economic hub. This dual capital system reflects the country's efforts to balance power and promote regional development. In 2018, Burundi's government officially moved its political functions to Gitega, a smaller, centrally located city. This decision aimed to decentralize governance, reduce congestion in Bujumbura, and encourage growth in other regions. Gitega, though quieter and less developed, now serves as the administrative heart of Burundi, hosting key government offices and institutions. Meanwhile, Bujumbura remains the beating economic heart of the nation. Nestled on the shores of Lake Tanganyika, it is home to Burundi's largest businesses, industries, and trade networks. The city's vibrant central market is a bustling hub where traders sell everything from fresh produce to handcrafted goods. The energy in Bujumbura reflects the economic challenges they face. Importantly enough, the continued expansion is not without a cost, as Bujumbura reflects the economic challenges they face. Together, these two capitals symbolize Burundi's blend of tradition and modernity. While Gitega represents the push for balanced development, Bujumbura continues to showcase the resilience and vitality of the Burundian economy. Corruption poses significant challenges to Burundi's progress, making it harder for the country to achieve its development goals. Transparency concerns have been highlighted in global indices, indicating room for improvement in governance and accountability. For a country where a substantial portion of the population faces economic challenges, effective management of resources is crucial. Strengthening systems to support essential areas like healthcare, education, and infrastructure can have a transformative impact on quality of life. Unfortunately, resource mismanagement has sometimes delayed progress in these sectors, leading to challenges like shortages in schools and hospitals or delays in public projects. These systemic issues emphasize the importance of enhancing trust and efficiency in public institutions. Many communities rely on essential services, and ensuring these resources reach their intended destinations can make a meaningful difference. Promoting transparency and accountability is a critical part of creating a more equitable system that supports all citizens. Efforts to address these challenges are ongoing. Both international organizations and local initiatives are contributing to improving governance and fostering sustainable development. While the journey requires dedication and collaboration, progress is possible through continued reforms and collective action. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love this content. Comment below about the next country you want to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us on this great journey. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and like to help us, remember to subscribe for more. See you soon.